What's good, everybody? Welcome to that video. It's your boy King to the car, back at the mic with a reaction video. Today we're gonna react to Mr. Broxah, as it says in the title, Ultimate Wukong Jungle Guide, everybody. Let's see if this is any good, man. Let's hop right into that. I haven't seen it, so let's check it out. Look at the bananas over there, man. Let's go.
Broxah from Team Liquid. Now, I have a feeling we have a lot of aspiring junglers out there who want to improve, who want to get better and climb in solo queue. And luckily for you, I am here at your service with the ultimate guide for the champion that you've all wanted to play in the jungle for so long, Yuumi. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually going to play Wukong, but it's going to be great. Wukong is a very, very powerful champion. He's easy to play, and with my advice, with my guidance, I'll be seeing you at the top in no time. So now,
we shall see, Mr. Broxah.
When do I pick Wukong? How do I approach him in Champ Select?
When do you pick Wukong? Every time.
So his passive is really strong against AD champions, and he counters tanks due to the armor pen on his Q.
Now I gotta say something over here. People always say, hey, you have armor pen on Wukong's Q, and this is why you can't fight tanks. It's not really like this, because Wukong lacks of sustain, and a tank is going to out-sustain you and therefore out-damage you. So it's not like you just shred the armor of the target of the tank and then you just can kill him. At a certain amount of HP, there's nothing you can do to these people. You need Divine Sundra super badly on Wukong. It's made for Wukong. With Divine Sundra, actually, you have a chance to do something against the tanks.
Wukong's rune setup is pretty standard. Honestly, there's no alternative. These are the runes you need. You're gonna need Conqueror, Triumph, Tenacity, Coup. Secondary, you're gonna want Magical Footwear, Cosmic Insight.
Yep.
You go attack speed, you go adaptive force, you get some armor, and then you're ready to
That
run.
will be it.
Now, you're gonna want a starting item. Blue is gonna help you rotate around the map faster. The movement speed can be very beneficial, but green makes you a little tankier, gives you some nice tenacity, which Wukong appreciates. The choice is yours, no matter which of the two you want.
So here's my recommendation. I go always for let's say 90% I go for the green Pokemon item, simply because of being able not necessarily to build mercs. This is why. If I get tenacity from the jungle item and I get tenacity from the rune legend tenacity, I don't need mercs anymore. Allows you to go for either play the steel caps or Ionian boots. And I like to go for Ionian boots because of the CDR you get from it, 20% ability haste, and you get summoner haste, so you get to smite more often.
The skill order when playing Wukong is you start E,
yep,
you go Q,
yep,
and then you get W.
Yes.
You always want to max Q first. It's going to give you a lot of armor pen, which is great. Secondary, you get W, so you can get that stealth a little more often and reduce that cooldown. And at last you go for the E.
This is something that people definitely did before the nerf. I think it was last patch. I'm not really sure. You can write in the comments which patch it was, but I think it was last patch, no? So we had a nerf on the W of Wukong. So the ability haste just went up from 20 seconds on level 1 to 22. Wukong players switched from maxing out W second to maxing E second. Mr. Broxah is recommending though to still max W. And I gotta say, I'm still doing the same. I'm still maxing W. Sometimes I put like 2 points into the E ability, and then I go for maxing out W. I'm basically doing the same like Broxah is recommending, even though people like to max second the E ability.
For the jungle path, you have two options. Option 1, you start on your red buff, Crocs, Raptors, Wolves, Grump, Blue, and then you do Scuttle Crab.
Typical full clear.
Now while clearing your jungle, you can always look for gank opportunities, but you never want to brute force ganks. With Wukong, it's about efficiency. There's an alternative to this path. It's pretty similar, but there's a slight difference. We're gonna start Raptors, then go to Crocs, then go to red buff. And once we're done with red buff, we can go for a little free gank. Or we can go to our wolves.
That's right.
And guess what?
So let's go back a bit.
Or we can buff.
So over here you can start at the chicken camp and then go for croc camp and then go for red buff and then into a bot lane gank if it's possible. If you have CC on your bot lane and you have like immobile enemies, then you can go for it. If the chances are high, you can go for this route, right? But 9 out of 10 games you want to go for a full clear, because it's basically all about level 6, man. If Wukong reaches level 6, he reaches his power spike and team fighting becomes so easy, especially for Drake and Harold, you know. So you want to get that power spike super fast.
And once we're done with Red Buff,
Wolfgang.
we can go for a little free gank, or we can go to our wolves. And guess what? The wolves grump, blue, and Scuttlecrab once again.
Yep.
It can be nice to be able to path to the volatile lane, but I would say for the most part, when playing Wukong, you're always going to want to start on your red side. Now after Scuttle, you can see if there's any gank options available. If there's not, you base, and then you clear your jungle again. Now, you've been a good and efficient jungler, you've behaved well in your first clear, maybe you've killed some people, and you're wondering what to buy. Divine Sunderer. The only thing you care about in the early game as Wukong is getting that Divine Sunderer. Because once you have that item, you're a little bit raid boss and you're going to take over that rift.
I can only agree, guys. Divine Sunderer it is made for Wukong. Literally, the item is made for Wukong. There are some people saying Trinity Force, man. It's not the way to go in Wukong. It's not the way to go, guys. I made already a video about that, why you should not build Trinity Force. If you want to check it out, it's on my channel. Just look for it. I will link it on the top right corner.
Alongside the Divine Sunderer, you're going to want either Mercs or play the Steel Caps.
So this is the thing. This is right here. This is why I go for the green jungler item and the Rune Legend Tenacity. So I don't have to go for Mercs. I can go for plated steel caps or Ionian boots.
Depending on the game. And then you're going to want Black Cleaver. The next items are situational. After we have finished our core, we look for one.
Some Wukong players, they like to go for Death Dance second. You know, Black Cleaver is such a good item on Wukong, and Wukong can benefit so good out of Black Cleaver that Black Cleaver should be your core item alongside with Divine Sunderer. So you should build Divine Sunderer, Black Cleaver, and your boots. This should be your core build, and anything else, as Mr. Broxah says, should be situational. So even though if you don't need Black Cleaver really, because you don't have any tanks on the enemy team, Black Cleaver is offering still a lot of good stats for Wukong they can benefit from. So you should build it really as your second item.
Death Stance, Maw of Malmortius, Guardian Angel, and the Chainsword. When it comes to Wukong's combos, it's not the most fancy thing in the world, and I think most of you are going to be more than comfortable learning these. Here's the three that you need to know about. If you're in melee range, you go Q, E, R, W, Q, R. If you're in E range, you go E, Q, R, W, Q, R.
Yep, this is the common
And finally,
combo.
If the opponent is very far away from you and you need a gap closer, you go W.
I would not do that though. I would only do this combo if I know I can kill him with my combo, because you need W to combo correctly, right? You need W to do this combo right here.
E, Q, R, W.
There it is. This is what you need.
Q.
Double Q into double knockout. This is why you need your W. If you throw away your W like in the third combo, you cannot do this combo anymore, and you are just minimizing your damage outcome.
W.
So I would never do it. Only
Q,
if I know, okay,
Q,
I can kill him with one combo.
Follow these, learn them. Now you're really good to go. Q, you need a gap.
What I want to point out over here is,
Q, R. If you're in E range, you go E.
it's this one over here. A lot of people don't do this. New Wukong players, which is like E auto attack Q, because he does it, but if you check out the abilities below Wukong in this video, you see only EQ. It should be E auto Q.
Q, R.
He's doing it, but it's not
E range,
pictured over there.
You go E,
Okay,
Q, R.
you maximize your damage
W,
outcome with that.
Q,
It's really good.
R.
Even on the first combo,
Q, you need to know about.
even on the first
If
combo,
you're
I
in
would not
melee
start
range,
like this, Mr.
you go-
Broxah, because he is an auto attack range. So whenever someone is in auto attack range, you auto attack first and use then Q, because your Q ability works like an auto reset. So you are kind of wasting an auto attack right there. He is totally in auto attack range, so auto attack first, then Q, because as I said, it's an auto attack reset.
Q, E,
So auto attack Q.
R, W, Q, R. If you're in E range,
Alright,
you need a
these
R.
are the combos,
The purpose
everybody,
of
let's
your
go.
W is to either use it as a gap closer or use it as a form of utility a way to buy more time in teamfights. You can also use it for mind games. Sometimes when an opponent starts hitting me, I press S on my keyboard, and with that, my champion stops moving.
That's right. S, the S button, guys. The S button, yeah, on your keyboard is basically another ability on Wukong, because he can just fool the shit out of the enemies. Okay, you can just fool the shit out of the enemies. Press S is like another ability. So Wukong, basically, he has 5 abilities, not 4. He has the S button as well.
He assumes that I've pressed W, so they start running around looking for the Wukong in stealth. I just run to the opposite direction, still have W available. I type easy in all chat. Actually, no, I don't, because I'm a positive summoner. And then I escape the scary situation. When playing Wukong with the combos, you can fit in auto attacks between almost every ability use, and sometimes you can save your W longer. Be flexible, be able to adapt. Oh my lord, I just failed my combo completely. Your main goal in team fights is to be a very annoying little monkey. You want to be disruptive, you want to catch people off guard and create chaos. When the enemy team is grouped, that's pretty easy and straightforward. You jump right into them and you ult 5 people. But when they're split up, things get a little trickier, and that's where we need to be smart about our decision making. If there's a team fight where the enemy is split into 2 groups, what you want to do really depends on the game state. Let's say that your carries are ridiculously strong. You're probably going to want to stick with them and peel for them. But there could also be a different case where your team is full of dive champs, a Gnar, a Rakan, and a Kali. All of you are very strong. In that case, you're going to want to dive the enemy backline and delete them. Often you can find really good engages with Wukong, either by flanking or by clearing vision in the bush, then sneaking out with W. Your ult has 2 charges, make sure you use them well. And for those of you who are not aware, the ultimate also works on your clone. So, depending on your clone's position, you can possibly knock up literally everyone in 2 different places at the same time. So keep an eye out for that clone position after you pop it. Now that we've talked about all these beautiful things, talked about Wukong, I think it's time to take this to practice.
Let's go. Gameplay, baby.
We are now loaded onto the rift.
We're not gonna watch that because this will take too much time, everybody.
This is where we're starting with a red crush raptors. We'll went to top side.
Yeah, we gotta end it right here. I think the video is long enough. We have 60 minutes on the clock. So yeah, this is basically what he's recommending, and I can only agree on mostly everything he says. So it's a really good guide. Go ahead and watch the guide on yourself. I will be having the link in my description box below this video. So if you want to check it out, feel free to do so. We're going to give it a thumbs up, of course. And we're going to leave a comment, because I left a comment 3 days ago, as you can see. Because I said over here, we shall see. I'm going to react to this soon. Broxah, let him know, man. We're going to drop a comment. Very good video. That's right. Let's go, man. Very good video, man. With that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. Peace.